Hey guys, so first of all, let me mention that this is going to be one of the last videos I do for like a week and a half that's kind of like normal in this normal setting. I did an entire video about what's going on with me, and it's a good thing. And I'll link that down below, but quickly, I'm going on vacation. I'm going to Austria and Thailand. And to summarize this, I don't know how much internet I will have, etc., etc., but watch the video. I explain everything and I explain how things are going to be for the next couple of weeks. Also, I want to say I hope I didn't offend anyone by that video. The title made it sound like I was leaving my channel, but that's not what's going on. I just want to make sure that you guys did watch it and realize it's an important video, because I don't know how much access or time I will have to respond to people who will be wondering, like, where did I go? Why isn't this live chat happening? Where is this video? So I wanted to make a video to explain everything so I didn't get all kinds of questions that I might not have time to answer. But anyway, we need to talk about this episode of Riverdale, which I thought was really good, probably one of the best ones of the entire season. And they've been teasing on social media that the next two episodes are crazy, which I should hope, because it is the episode before the finale and the finale. And we've been told by people with the show that next week is when Jason's killer is revealed. As I said in that video that I hope you'll watch, it's linked down below, I will do my best to try to have access to that episode and do some type of video while I'm away, since it is a huge episode. But I am prepared to tell you who I think is the killer of Jason. But let's just talk about the episode first. So definitely his parents looked the shadiest as they've ever looked before. And I've said before that I thought Polly was the killer, but I'm taking her off my list. I don't think she is anymore. I mean, I would love it if she was, but I really don't think she is. The room of Jason Wiggs was really, really creepy, really out there. So I think his parents have more secrets than even we know. I don't buy the story about the engagement ring and how they got in possession of it. I was glad that Cheryl held on to it. I don't think Cheryl killed her brother. I definitely think Hiram is not the killer, because they mentioned that so many times, and they've done that over the last couple of episodes, so that automatically makes him not a suspect at all. And if you didn't know, I read online that Mark Consuelos, who is Kelly Ripa's husband, has been cast as Hiram Lodge, and I guess we'll see him next season from what I'm hearing, but perhaps we'll see him in the next two episodes. I don't know. I'm curious to see what you think about Mark as Hiram. Interesting. I don't really see him as a villain, but we'll see how that plays out. But anyway, I kind of been going back and forth in my mind about who I think the killer is. I also wanted to mention that I've never really thought that FP was the killer. I do think he knows a little more than he has let on. I feel really bad for him in the situation that the real killer framed him by placing the murder weapon in his house. And I just feel bad for everything that's going on with, like, Betty and Veronica and Archie and the lovely Mrs. Cooper. You know, they were just looking for answers, but they made things so difficult for him and so difficult for Jughead. So I feel very bad for them in this instance. But as I was watching the episode, I was like, you know, I need to come out with who I think is the killer, because now it's the time, especially since next week is the reveal. And I'll let you know that I very much have strong feelings towards it being one or both of Jason's parents, and I was initially going to go with him, but I'm going to go with a wild card here. I want to say that definitely I didn't suspect them at first, and I have changed my mind. So if I'm right, it wasn't because I knew all along, but you know, I don't think it's going to be Polly. But because of something that one character said last night, I have decided to go with a wild card pick. And I say wild card because they've really not done much to make this person look suspicious. So my guess as to who is the killer of Jason is Kevin Keller. Now, he's been a little bit suspicious before, but not really. The only thing that I could see pointing to him on the show was the fact that he knew where Jason's body was. And I think that's a little bit weird. Now, one of the big problems I had when people would say, I think that it's Kevin who killed him, I didn't have a motive for him, but something that he said last night seemed to really trigger a possible motive. And when he was dancing with his boyfriend Joaquin, he made the statement that he'd never had a boyfriend before. He had usually hooked up with gay guys who were closeted. So I think his motive is that he was sort of dating or hooking up with Jason, and maybe he was wanting to go public, or maybe some people found out, and Jason got scared, and that's the reason he ran away, and something happened to make Kevin want to get revenge. Maybe he rejected him or said terrible things or who knows what, and that is the reason why he was murdered. Now, it is a little bit out there, but I find the fact that Jason's parents are the killers, especially after they kind of pretty much made them look super guilty in this episode, I find that lame and predictable, where I don't really know what type of show this is and if they're going to go the easy route and go the predictable way, or if they're going to surprise us and go the wild card way, which would be Kevin Keller. But I don't think there's too many people who could be the killer at this point, and I'm just putting my money all on Kevin Keller, and I'm hoping that is why. And there may even be more to the story that gives him a better motive that we don't know, but I definitely think the serpents have involvement in it, and the fact that FP put Joaquin up to being Kevin's fake boyfriend, I think that says a lot, because I think they may know who the killer is and they may know it's Kevin, and that's why Joaquin was supposed to fall in love with him, to get close to him, to get, you know, I don't know, to make sure that he was found as the killer, or to find, maybe they suspect him as the killer. I don't know. I mean, I know it's kind of out there, but there definitely has to be something as to why FP wanted Joaquin to pretend to have feelings for Kevin. Now, we know all of that's out the window because he actually does have feelings for Kevin. So anything he could do, if Kevin's the killer and if he was trying to be helpful and figure out for sure if he was, that's kind of just all gone away now because they have something going on, or at least maybe Kevin is tricking, maybe he knows that this is fake and he's tricking him into thinking that there's something real going on here. But anyway, to me that is the more dramatic, surprising, shocking revelation, and to know that it was one of the parents is not as shocking. Now, if it is Jason's parents, it kind of I don't believe that he said he didn't want to be a Blossom anymore, and all of that whole story I think is false. So there could be a lot of scenarios as to why they would want to kill him, because he was going to run off with a Cooper, because he'd impregnated a Cooper. Maybe he really did say that he was going to, you know, run off with her and not deal with them anymore, so they would rather have him dead than in that situation. So to me, that's the easy way out, and I hope it's not that type of show. I like the more, you know, elaborate, dramatic Kevin Keller scenario. But anyway, I really enjoyed the episode. I thought it was really good, and I'm just crossing my fingers that I can catch the next episode while I'm away. The good news is, for the finale, I will be back in Kentucky, where I live. So I'm curious to see what you think about my theory. You will not offend me if you don't agree. I think this has been hard for me to predict who the killer is, honestly. I don't think they've given us a lot of concrete clues, and I will be a little disappointed if it's his mom or his dad or both. I'm kind of leaning toward it being his dad, but maybe it's his mom. I don't know if they go that way. But who is your final guess? Now is the time to tell me the one person, or if you think it's multiple people, but narrow it down. So if you think, you know, don't just say it could be this, this, and this. I mean, if you would like to make that comment, say this is who I think's the killer, or I think it's both of his parents, or I think it's a serpent and his parent, or whatever. Let me get your final guess on that and why. And what do you think about my theory? And again, if you don't, you know, I'm not sometimes I'm very, very certain when I say this is the killer. And on this one, I'm really on the fence, and I'm kind of going way out there with this, I feel like, or a little bit out there. So I'm not going to be offended if you don't like it. But anyway, please watch that video down below if you don't know what the heck I'm talking about things being different the next 2 weeks, so that you will know and you won't think it's weird if I don't follow that schedule down below, because heads up, I'm not going to be able to follow that schedule down below, but things will get back to normal very soon. So please stick around, and I will upload as much as I can over the next couple of weeks. I love you guys. I appreciate your support, and I hope no one is sad by the video that I did yesterday. I did not mean to make anyone sad or upset. So I love you guys. I'll see you soon. Bye. Thank you so much for watching this episode of KELLIETV. I would love for you to subscribe and be a part of the KELLIETV family. Also, don't forget to follow me on Twitter so you can keep up with all I'm doing.